It is time to ask the question, where in the world is Matt Lauer?
Where in the world is Matt Lauer? Show me a sign, give me a clue. Drop me a hint and tell me something new. It's a global mystery. You got to watch and see. Where in the world is Matt Lauer?
Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to Wednesday, and let's get right to it. As I left Madrid on Tuesday, I gave you a clue. It may seem a bit unlucky, but we're moving ahead without you. We're taking an L and welcoming you to this bridge over dry land. You've probably spent a lot of time thinking about it. Natalie, you're probably still trying to answer yesterday's clue. But
I am. Well, you know what?
For the third time this...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you're going to ask us to guess, and so I'm going to just go ahead and tell you that after an hour of Googling last night, I've decided that these clues are a plot to throw us off course. So I'm just going to, so there you go. So that said, just looking at the image, I'm thinking maybe you are, I know, looking at your watch as well. I'm thinking the Bering Strait. For no reason. Land,
okay,
you know, land.
Okay, L, a bridge. There's a big bridge at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Okay, Natalie?
I am guessing Thailand. I'm thinking moving ahead without you is time change and directional, saying taking an L, so an L shape. So I'm guessing Thailand.
All right, let's break it down for you. It may seem a bit unlucky, but we're moving ahead without you. Unlucky number 13, moving ahead 13 time zones, so you guys are right on track there. We're taking an L to welcome you, refers to the fact that here, when they say hello, they spell the word hello, H-E-L-O. So we're taking an L away, and we're welcoming you to this bridge over dry land. What bridge is that? Mr. Roker, pretty good, because it's this bridge.
Wow.
Take a look and welcome to day 3 of Where in the World is Matt Lauer, and I am standing on the Sky Bridge connecting the Petronas Towers here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Yay.
How about that view?
We got one
Very good.
Way to go. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
Malaysia's been called the crossroads of Asia. It's also been called the birthplace of Asian fusion. Whatever you call it, it's a melting pot, not only of cultures, but also of visual images. I mean, consider this. On one hand, you've got these tiny fishing villages dotting the coast. On the other hand, you've got lush tropical rainforests. And then you've got this magnificent modern skyscraper in the middle of a modern city. Just let me set the stage for you. I'm about 9,400 miles away from New York City. It's 8 at night on a Wednesday here in Kuala Lumpur. The climate is decidedly tropical. These towers were completed back in 1998. Some people say they look like twin rockets out of an early episode of Flash Gordon, and I think that's a pretty good description. I'm standing right now on this sky bridge. It's 42 stories above the ground, or more than 500 feet up in the air. And when a lot of Malaysians look at this sky bridge, they say it reminds them of a gateway to their future. Malaysia is a country about the size of New Mexico. A couple of major land masses and a lot of little islands to the north is Thailand, and eastern Malaysia actually comes in contact with the north part of the island of Borneo. One thing you'll find out here is there is something for everyone. This is a country of infinite contrasts, with the breathtaking beauty of its tropical rainforests. So different from the tiny fishing villages decorating its coast, and its modern cities, with shimmering skylines that feel a lot like Wall Street. And yet what's most striking here are the people who call this country home. They are as diverse as their land.
There's such a big integration over here that you actually see a lot of different national costume, different ethnicity mixing in the street alone.
There are 28 million Malaysians, a melting pot of native Malays, Chinese, and Indians. In most places here, you'll hear a mosque's call to prayer, even as the Hindus next door pay respect to the temple gods, and the Buddhists down the block begin to chant. Diversity is Malaysia. Michelle Yeoh is one of the country's most recognizable exports. Now an international film star. She was once Miss Malaysia.
For me, it is a gastronomical delight because because of the different nationalities, we have the most amazing food. So Malaysia to me really is heaven on earth.
Malaysia has been called the birthplace of Asian fusion.
We've got Malay food, we've got Indian food, we've got Indian Muslim food, which we call mamak food.
Helen Ong, an author on Malaysian cuisine, says food here is a way of life.
Yeah, we love our food. For instance, when we greet somebody, it's not how are you, it's have you eaten.
Malaysians eat 6 small meals a day, often at hawker stalls that sell street food of every kind. Penang's famed noodle seller, Mrs. Chu, cooks up breakfast every day in her stall, like her ancestors did before her. She is so in demand, she's usually sold out before noon.
I didn't count exactly how many customers as long as I finish all my food.
Ancient traditions and customs are a big part of this culture. They provide a window into Malaysia as it once was, untouched. Just like the greatest rainforest in the world, 130 million years old Taman Nagara was never marred by an ice age, with one of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. Not so many miles away, the glistening Petronas Towers of Kuala Lumpur stand in stark contrast, a shiny new city determined to make its mark in the world, while holding on to a cherished past.
Malaysia is a special place because it's where my family, my love, my heart is. Forever and ever, Malaysia will always feel like home.
It's a very, very cool place. We're going to head down from here in a second, take a look at this from the ground up, show you all around. We're also going to try something called stinky fruit, which reminds me we also have more from New York. But first, on a Wednesday morning, this is Today on NBC.